Cool. So first step to get started. If you're using a Windows machine, you want to download VirtualBox because you want to probably install a Linux system. Because programming in Windows, I'm not going to cover it because it's quite difficult, and I don't even recommend it unless you really need to use Windows. So what I'm going to do is come to a search engine and I'm going to type in VirtualBox and then go to the VirtualBox website. Go to the download section. If you're using Windows, then you want to download this one. So you click it, it's going to download an executable file. You just run it, go through the wizard, installing. Should be pretty easy, no advanced options required. Just install everything. I'm not going to do because I don't have a Windows machine. So yeah, if you have a MacOS machine and you want to do this, you can download this file and then go through the normal installing process. And if you've been using Linux, you already have Linux, so you probably don't want to do this. So I already have it installed. After you install it, it's going to probably create a shortcut on desktop or something. Then you can run it. And when you run it, you're going to see this screen, something similar to this. It changes from version to version. One I'm using is version 6.1. Anyway, you're going to see here on the left panel, you're going to see the list of virtual machines that you have. I have this one already. I'm not going to use for this course. But what we need to do now is to import the OVA file that you get somehow. Yeah, you get that file. Then you're going to go to, oh, and it crashed. So let's relaunch it. Interesting. So as I was saying, go to File, and it crashed again. What is going on? So you go to Import Appliance, and I hope this doesn't crash anymore. Yes, and you're gonna click this little button to select the file that you want. Yeah, you're gonna go and just select the OVA file. So I'm gonna click Open, and it is gonna fill this right panel with information. We don't need to change anything now. So just go and click Import. Cool, so the importing can take a while. It took like 1 minute or so here. And once it is finished, it is gonna add to this left panel, this My Linux machine. And we need to, before running it, we need to configure. So if you double click it, it's gonna run. You don't want to do that. You want to right click and click on settings. Then there's one very important thing that we have to change here. We have to go to System and change this pointing device to PS2 mouse, unless you have a USB tablet. So you change this. And something else that you can change, but you probably don't want to, like if you have more than let's say 6 gigabytes of RAM on your computer, you want to just leave this value as it is. So this is going to be the amount of RAM available to your virtual machine. So this is 3 gigabytes, which, yeah, if you have 6 gigabytes, going to be half of it, and it's fine. We probably don't want much less than that. Maybe if you want 2 gigabytes, you can use it. Maybe the machine is going to be a bit slower. But yeah, I'm going to stick with 3 gigabytes, which is 3072. And that's the only thing that we have to change. So I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to double click it to run. And you can see the machine starting up. So it's booting up the Linux. And everything that you see on this little window here is kind of the display of the virtual machine. So yeah, this is a different operating system running in your operating system. Anyway, this is Ubuntu Linux that we are gonna use, and this is the so this is started, and we see the user that I created. So this we are gonna use this Baba user. So you can click on it, and it's gonna ask for the password. So if I start typing it, I'm gonna just see these circles, and I'm gonna click here so you guys can see the password, and the password is the password. You may want to remember this. Yeah, should not be hard to remember, but we are gonna use it a lot of times too, especially when installing everything. It's gonna ask for this password quite some time, so you wanna remember it maybe. Press enter. Yeah, a little bit of a black screen until we see something. Yeah, so welcome to your Linux machine. What you can do here, and I'm gonna do it because it's just better. You can resize this, and there's gonna be a like 4 seconds delay, and it is gonna move along. And yeah, so you have the machine kind of ready. We need to only do a few, some configurations. So go to this grid dots thingy here and type in here on the search bar. You can type, I think it is keyboard. Yeah, if you type key, or we want this region and language. So maybe if you type region and language, there you go. You can click on this, and it's gonna open these settings on the regional language tab thing. And what you want to do here is, depending on the keyboard layout that you have, and the keyboard layout that I have here is an American keyboard. So this, for me, this works, is already configured. If you have a different keyboard, you want to click here, and you're gonna go through and search for the keyboard that you have. So I don't know, I'm gonna go through something here. Let's say I am on the UK, and I have a Dvorak, I don't know how to pronounce this. So let's say I have this keyboard, I'm gonna click add, and then I want to delete the American one. I'm not gonna do this because I will actually use this one. And I know this keyboard is quite different from the American one, so I don't even want to think about using it. Actually, if I click here, I can see it. And if you look at the keys, you can see that it's fairly different from maybe any normal keyboard that you've seen. So I don't want to use this. The one I want, for me, it's going to be the English one. If you're using a different one, just install and then remove the English one. So I'm going to remove the Dvorak one. And yeah, then you can close it, and it's done. It's going to be, your keyboard's going to be compatible now. So you can close this screen. And second thing that we want to configure now is the, let's come to this button again. We want to go to this software and updates. So we want to configure the mirror where the packages are going to be installed. So you can type in here software. Yeah, it's going to already show up. Here is this kind of more purple icon. So you click on it. And you see here, it is set download from server for Sweden, because it's the closest server that it is for my place. But like if you are in a very different place far away from Sweden, it means that installing packages or installing software on your machine is going to be slow. So you kind of want to change this. So click here, click on other. And let's say you are, I don't know, let's pick a random country here. You are on Germany. So click on Germany, expand it, and just choose anything. Anything will work. So I don't know, click this one and click choose server. It's gonna ask for your password again. So the password, type in and click authenticate. And yeah, it's gonna set you this mirror. What this means is that when you're installing software, it is gonna go get the files from this server, and if the server is closer to where you are, it's gonna just gonna be faster. So this is not required really, but it's gonna make things faster. And when you close the screen, it is going to show this pop-up, and you can click on reload. Ready. Cool. So now we have the machine ready, and this is what we need. We don't need anything more than this. One thing though, when you want to stop using the machine, you can click on the close button, and it's going to go with this pop-up. You probably never want to click on power off the machine, because this is like powering off, like pulling the plug from the wall, the power plug, and we don't want this because we can start getting corrupt data, and yeah, it's bad for your machine. If you choose the send the shutdown signal, this is like telling your machine that it should shut down, and it's gonna start the shutdown process. Or you can ideally come to here and power off the machine. So you can come to power off, and if you go to your VirtualBox, yeah, it's saying that it is already powered out. Yeah. So yeah, and then if you want to start it again, just double click. Of course, this is just like a regular machine. It has a hard drive, so it's saving everything that you do, so you can safely power it off and on again, and your data is going to be there. So let's power it on for the next lesson, and see you there on the next lesson. Thanks.